Hey! Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel, which is coming up. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on notifications by clicking the bell, and leave a cool like on the video. I'm here again with my collection of old jerseys. They were in Brazil, but now I brought them with me, man. 2001 Pet COVID, 60 years of Zico 2010. These two here are from Ronaldinho Gaucho. This one is cool because it has the patch for Flamengo's 6th Brazilian title. Look at that, really awesome. And so we're here bringing you all the information about Flamengo, reminding you to follow us on all platforms and give us your support. YouTube isn't reaching many people right now, but we're here fighting for your viewership, always bringing you the best information. And also reminding you that you can secure your spot at Flamengo's games. This is the time to show your support. With Haroldo's Caravan, tickets are included for the games in Rio de Janeiro, and you can also book an international package with Haroldo's Caravan. Libertadores' second phase is coming up for you to travel. Flamengo will qualify and could be top seed. It's worth believing in our Libertadores campaign and also in the Brasileirão. Also, you can secure all over Brazil a Caravana package and also a Champions League package with the Caravana. Serving Flamengo fans for a long time, since '81, serving Mengo fans and members, it's a very serious company, Haroldo's Caravana. We have plenty to share here. Just a reminder, I'm wearing the Super cap. Look here, Super Cap, this Flamengo cap is spectacular. This one with the Urubu. Look, Flamengo, this cap is really beautiful. You can get your Super Cap Mengo cap right now. Yeah, so we're also going to put the cap options here on YouTube Shop so you can get yours. If you're on another platform, go to YouTube, where we have our YouTube store with official Mengo products, so you can get yours, help Flamengo, and help our channel too. Anyway, you can buy it. There are cheaper products too, including Brasileirão merchandise and official Adidas products as well. Everything is here. We highlight everything here in Mengo's products. Man, yeah, we have a lot of transfer market news to talk about, a lot going on in the transfer market. Lucas Paquetá pretty much made it clear that he's going to do everything he can to make this dream of having Vini Jr. playing with him at Flamengo come true. In an interview with Flamengo TV, let's see what Lucas Paquetá said about Vini Jr. Take a look. Let's see here. I'll play it for you. Hey, João Guilherme. Oh, he gave it away, didn't he? Did he give something away? João Guilherme asked, and he did. Let's see.
Man, Vini, he was more anxious than I was. He messaged me every day, I swear. Every day he'd say, "So aren't you going to sign? Just sign already. What's missing?" And then even joking, he said, "How much is missing? I'll cover it."
I'll cover it.
Awesome, man. Wow, let's chip in so it works out. Just so West Ham would let him go, because West Ham was making the deal really complicated. But, he was really anxious and kept messaging all the time. And man, he's a friend that life gave me, that football gave me. We made it happen. We had a lot of happy moments here and now. I also hope that at the right time he'll come back so we can keep making our dreams come true here.
Right? But who knows, man? Maybe we'll see the duo Paquetá and Vini Jr.
Maybe, brother, maybe.
Mengo's sacred home turf, man. Go.
Bye.
Yeah.
It's going to work out. It's going to work out at the right time. When he thinks it's the right moment, he'll come back so we can get together, we hope.
Right, Paquetá?
Go.
Spoiler, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Just wait.
Nation, everything has its time. Man, I already get emotional. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, this goes through your mind all the time. Like, imagine you two walking into Maracanã together with the red and black faithful and going back there. 2017, 2018. But now it's like this, right? You guys are already established? That's crazy.
Man, it doesn't go away even when everything works out. We talked about it. We said, damn, it's going to be cool. This new phase, he wished me happiness. I said, right? I said, yes, soon it'll be you here with me so we can relive all of this again. I think that feeling will come at the right time.
That's cool, right? It's exciting, so just wait.
Gotta
That's crazy. I was more anxious than him. Vini was more anxious than him, saying that Vini is more anxious than him. And us, man, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Man, I just don't know. Imagine Paquetá and Vini Jr. at Flamengo still at a high level. Still young, so young, my God. That'd be absolutely huge, right? We talked earlier about BAP praising Fluminense, the signings that Fluminense makes compared to Flamengo and Palmeiras. Even with little money, which shows some dissatisfaction, even with the elimination. BAP on fire, talking about everything. We brought up this issue with BAP earlier, and we also brought up the issue with Juninho here. Flamengo fans are complaining a lot about Juninho's sale. I was telling you, Wayne Sports, Rodrigo Capello. During the event, BAP said, "I'm very satisfied with the signings we've made since I took over the club." And even one that didn't work out, Juninho's. But he doesn't even talk about one that didn't work out. He talks about when it didn't work out. With Juninho, that's when the situation changed. I understand that it wasn't because of the athlete, it was our mistake. When he says our, he's talking about those who signed and sold too soon. And Felipe also didn't give the player a chance. There's that too. Felipe didn't give the player a chance. Felipe has a big share of the blame in this. It wasn't the athlete's fault, it was our mistake. Leo Pereira took a year and a half to be embraced by Flamengo fans. Michael over a year, Rodinei nearly 2, and Pulgar a year. Today, when a player arrives, everyone expects him to make an instant impact. Playing at Flamengo isn't easy. The exposure, demands, and pressure are all part of it. So my friends, is he complaining about the sale? Juninho and the fans are blaming Felipe Luis. Alaur Lima Pereira blames Felipe Luis, who didn't let the guy play, and everyone agrees it was his fault. Felipe chose to play a makeshift false 9 instead of giving him a chance, and it backfired. Who asked for the signing? The guy was practically set to join Sevilla. Felipe Luis convinced him to go to Flamengo. For what? To leave the guy as the last option. The fans, it's true, man. People are criticizing Felipe Luis, but I also think there was a mistake in selling the guy, especially knowing that Felipe Luis was leaving. With Leonardo Jardim, he would have soared. That's why the mistake is even bigger. I have no doubt. So, my friends, Flamengo fans are agreeing with BAP and complaining about Felipe Luis because of Juninho's sale. Sandro JKTKTJK, the guy wasn't even the 5th option to play. Kaká. O Marcos. Felipe's fault. Jeffy Moura is saying it's the fans' fault that they told the guy to leave. The fans loved him. They used to joke around with him. Come on, are you crazy? Sonia, Mobile Mom. Pardal didn't like him any less. Felipe wasn't Pardal. But man, he really didn't have patience, didn't get an opportunity, and he fell out. Alex, just have some patience, man. He's doing great over there in Mexico. João Feitosa. So that's really a situation that bothers me, knowing that there are so many players who could shine and end up not making it. Alcaraz, for example. That's another sale that I think could have shined at Flamengo. And we need midfield players, right? Why weren't they patient with Alcaraz too? There are several situations, my friends. Several situations, okay? If we look at it, we'll see there are a lot of players out there. Players who didn't deserve so much patience got it, and players who didn't even get a real chance at Flamengo. Look, we have it here actually, okay? Important information. Lucas Paquetá, cleared by Flamengo to return against Atlético Paranaense. The idea is that the player will play a maximum of 40 minutes against Atlético Paranaense. So, Flamengo has Lucas Paquetá because it's a synthetic field and he's coming back from injury. Lucas Paquetá and Eric Pulgar are training normally. And Flamengo even released images of Mengo's training. Look at that, Flamengo's training. We had images of Flamengo's training. In the images, we can see Lucas Paquetá training well, training with the rest of the group. So there are Flamengo players. Eric Pulgar and Lucas Paquetá could return to play for Flamengo. Flamengo is really going to need them. Look, Paquetá is training normally. Why is Flamengo going to need them for the break? Because Everton Araujo is suspended, Jorginho is suspended, so Flamengo really needs Eric Pulgar and Lucas Paquetá, at least for part of the time. And then you don't need to wear out De La Cruz as well. And you don't need Saul on the artificial turf the whole time. So you can use each of these players for half the time, and then you already have a solution. Ortiz was there near Paquetá, who can also come up as an option. There, as a defensive midfielder, he's already played, just like Cebolinha can also get some minutes, okay? So, Flamengo will find a way to win this match against Atlético Paranaense, which could be a match that means taking the lead in the Brazilian Championship. In terms of points lost, right? That tally based on points dropped. How many does the club have? Especially because Palmeiras faces Cruzeiro. Palmeiras' game is against Cruzeiro, so it's very important. Flamengo has to win. Leonardo Jardim has a boost from Eric Pulgar and Lucas Paquetá. It's very important for Flamengo to win, to do their part. Even with the direct matchups, 2 direct matchups with Palmeiras, Flamengo still has to do their parts. For now, who knows, maybe take the lead in points lost. They won't take the lead because they'll have 1 game less, but they'll get very close to it. Especially with the return of Lucas Paquetá. And Eric Pulgar, of course, right? Just so you have an idea, here's today's schedule. Atlético Mineiro versus Mirassol is at 5:30 in the afternoon. Yeah. Internacional versus Vasco at 5:30 in the afternoon, and Fluminense versus São Paulo. It's not that important for Flamengo anymore because Fluminense has already fallen a bit behind, right? Despite playing 1 more game, they have 3 points fewer than Flamengo. So, if Flamengo beats Atlético Paranaense and Fluminense wins, Flamengo could be 6 points ahead. Okay, and when I say 6, Flamengo right now has dropped 6 points. Flamengo is 6 points ahead of Fluminense, okay? I account for lost points since Flamengo has played 1 less game than most teams. And at 8 p.m. tonight, Palmeiras and Cruzeiro, so Flamengo already plays tomorrow. That's how it is. Palmeiras are at home against Cruzeiro. Palmeiras playing at home, but Cruzeiro is desperate to move up more positions. They're still there, still in the lower part of the table, in 11th place, but if Cruzeiro wins, they jump up. Just so you have an idea, and they want to win. They're improving. They were down there. They were in the relegation zone. They were even at the bottom. And now Cruzeiro has 19 points. Yeah. Palmeiras has 34. Flamengo has 30. Fluminense, 27. Look, they're getting there. Cruzeiro will root for Flamengo to beat Atlético Paranaense and for Cruzeiro to beat Palmeiras. Cruzeiro gets to 5th place, makes it into the G5, secures a spot in Libertadores qualifying. Yeah, man, Cruzeiro is closing in. Cruzeiro really needs this away win against Palmeiras. So, do you believe? Are you going to watch? Are you going to root against them? You have to root against them. That's what soccer is about. Tomorrow, we have Atlético Paranaense and Flamengo at 6:30 p.m. Oh, man, I'm telling you, the time here is 7:30 p.m. for Atlético Paranaense and Flamengo. And today, the times I mentioned are 1 hour ahead. Okay, guys? I'm in the United States. So Atlético Mineiro in Minas is at 6:30 p.m. Internacional, and Vasco at 6:30 p.m. Fluminense and São Paulo at 7 p.m. and Palmeiras and Cruzeiro at 9 p.m. Okay? Just to keep you guys updated. And tomorrow Flamengo plays at 7:30 p.m. Okay? We also have Santos and Coritiba at 11 a.m. It's absurd. It's a shame to schedule a game at 11 in the morning. It's a shame. Oh, but the temperature isn't that bad. Still a shame. Botafogo and Corinthians, 4 p.m. Bahia and Grêmio, 4 p.m. Bragantino and Vitória, 6:30 p.m. Chapecoense and Remo, 6:30 p.m., okay? And then the last game of the round is Flamengo's. Atlético Paranaense and Flamengo at 7:30 p.m., right? So that's the full round. We're bringing you all the information about the 2026 Brasileirão, the Brasileirão. Now, let's talk a bit about the transfer market. But I want to show you Flamengo's new third kit. Man, what a beautiful jersey. Flamengo's new third kit is jaw-dropping. Foot headlines leaked Flamengo's third kit. Look at this. Look how amazing it is. Look at this, guys. Spectacular, sensational. Let me show you the details. Look here. Look at this. It has a gradient there with Flamengo's rowing crest. Look, do you see it? The gradient with Flamengo's rowing crest. So, então, the sleeve has a little white section, then red and black because the three stripes are black. The collar, look, the collar is all red and black. How beautiful, right? And the three black stripes, which isn't very common on the red shirt. Flamengo doesn't have many red shirts. Man, the rowing crest looks spectacular. The rowing crest turned out spectacular. So, what do you think? What did you guys think of this new Flamengo jersey? I thought it was spectacular. Man, it turned out, look at that. And it's Adidas Originals, right? And the Adidas Originals, I thought so too. I think, man, yeah, for me, it's spectacular. Okay? I thought it was fantastic. I think it's gonna sell a lot, huh? That one is going to be a huge hit. Look at that. So Flamengo about the possibility of signing Kauã, Elias. Okay, guys. Flamengo looked into signing Kauã, Elias, according to ESPN, to be another option as cover for Pedro as well, but the deal is pretty much off the table. According to ESPN, the Shakhtar Donetsk striker is expected to stay in Europe after interest from major clubs on the continent. The possible deal is around 40 million euros, which is a considerable amount and really out of reach. For Flamengo, it's really very high. It would be a very expensive signing for a player we're not sure will work out at Flamengo. We're not sure. I think it would be a big gamble, okay? I don't see Kauã Eli as a solution. Does he have quality? He has quality, but I don't see him as a solution like that. There are other options. If you're going to spend 40 million euros, you can find much better players to be another option as cover for Pedro, okay? I don't know if you guys agree. I would go for Caio Jr. to bring him in for that amount. I would go for Caio Jr., Caio Jorge to go for this Caio. Well, I would go for Caio Jorge to bring him in for that amount. Instead of Kauã Elias, I would bring in Caio Jorge, okay? I would try for 35 for 30, pay less, and bring in Caio Jorge. I don't know about you guys. Comment here because I'd love to read your comments. Look, we had this situation with Flamengo getting more dates, right? Having more free time after being eliminated from the Copa do Brasil could make a difference. Then some will claim Flamengo did it intentionally or wanted to win. Dates. Flamengo got 7 dates. August 1st, August 6th, round of 16 of the Copa do Brasil, August 26th, September 3rd. Quarterfinals of the Copa do Brasil, November 1st, November 8th, semifinals, and the final, December 6th. But Flamengo wasn't going to make it that far, was it? Palmeiras could get there, and that's where there's a difference. If you're competing on 3 fronts, as Abel often said, we're in 3 competitions but haven't won anything before. You're in multiple competitions, and having 7 open dates to rest and train makes a difference. Flamengo needs that. No, because Flamengo has a squad and could have continued just fine. But since it happened, let's look at the bright side. Flamengo now has 7 more open dates to rest, to fit in a game, for example, against Mirassol. They can use that against Flamengo in that issue with Conmebol to force Flamengo to play against Medellin. I don't think so. Why? Because everything needs to be settled by the 20th to know who won that game. There's no date to play because the dates for the Copa do Brasil are only after the World Cup. So the gap that exists now, if there is one, is to schedule the Mirassol match. There's no date to play the Libertadores, so they'll have to award a walkover because it was Medellin's fault. If anyone is to blame, it's Medellin. Award the walkover. And then Flamengo could be the top seed in the Libertadores, and then you can't organize the next stage of the Libertadores. Doing everything without defining Flamengo's position is just like that, my friends. It's just like that. There's no way around it, right? What did you find most interesting in the video? Paquetá and Vini Jr. together at Flamengo. Kauã Elias. Paying 40 million euros for a signing like Kauã Elias, isn't Caio Jorge better? Caio Jr. Isn't Caio Jorge better? And also the news about Juninho. A lot of Flamengo fans are upset. What did you find interesting? Let me mention once again that Flamengo faces Atlético Paranaense with the referee who called that Carrascal sending off in the second half. Rafael Rodrigo Klein has been hurting Flamengo for a long time. He's the referee for Atlético Paranaense. Mengão, man, it's complicated, but let's give it everything we've got. This is Flamengo. Let's always believe. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Thanks for your support. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Big hug. Thanks. I'm out.